Pulse chain.
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 Now go and rewind the clock back to 2017, and this was the headline floating around on CNBC. BlackRock CEO Larry Fink calls Bitcoin an index of money laundering. So that's what they were saying back then, very negative about Bitcoin. Fast forward to 2023, just a week ago, and BlackRock now files for spot Bitcoin ETF with Coinbase as a crypto custodian. So what you see there is a complete U-turn, a complete 180 on this, and now they're fully supporting this. And this is Watch the Guru's post saying how it started versus how it's going. Now some of the comments say, don't listen to what they say, watch what they do. Indeed. Here's GG, Gary Gensler himself, and being whispered to, saying BlackRock said to chill the F out on the crypto laws. So hopefully that should happen, or he gets booted out, which would be even better, and we can get some positive moves in crypto land. So some of the other comments are, is this real? Got to push the price down before they dive in. Precisely, I see this as an admission, but with a twist. BlackRock and Coinbase and confess money launderers. Let him think twice. So a few comments there. So if we look at now what's going on. BlackRock files spot Bitcoin ETF, and this is the article. The 9 trillion asset manager BlackRock has applied for a Bitcoin ETF, which is an exchange-traded fund. The New York investment firm will utilize Coinbase custody for the potential ETF. Additionally, the cryptocurrency exchange's spot market data will be used for pricing. Coinbase has yet to release a statement on the new application, and despite the ongoing crypto regulatory battles between the SEC and Binance stroke Coinbase, BlackRock is continuing its work with crypto with this Bitcoin ETF. Coinbase and BlackRock began working together last year through offering digital assets to institutional investors. It is important to note that the SEC has rejected every single application for a spot Bitcoin ETF to date. As mentioned earlier today, it has approved Bitcoin futures ETF for trading purposes, thus BlackRock's approval may depend on that distinction. To be named the iShares Bitcoin Trust, the fund assets are to consist primarily of Bitcoin held by a custodian on behalf of the trust, the application reads. If the registration becomes effective, the commencement of the BlackRock Bitcoin ETF will be in immediate effect according to the application filing. BlackRock and Coinbase have yet to release a public statement on the new application, but will likely do so very soon. Now, if we go over to this article on CoinDesk, it'll give us a bit more information about what an ETF is if you don't know or are unsure. It stands for Exchange Traded Funds. Everything you need to know about Bitcoin ETFs. A Bitcoin exchange traded fund allows investors to gain exposure to the biggest cryptocurrency by market cap without actually owning any. So that's the key point. You don't actually own any. A Bitcoin exchange traded fund tracks the value of Bitcoin. ETFs can be bought, sold, and traded on traditional stock markets instead of cryptocurrency trading platforms. It is a solid way to give mainstream investors and speculators Bitcoin price exposure through a reliable vehicle with which they are likely already familiar. ETFs are not a new invention and are common in the financial sector. ETFs can be found to gain price exposure to different assets and industries, including commodities and currencies, or can be set up to focus on companies that are environmentally friendly or focus on diversity. Currently, the US has yet to approve a spot Bitcoin ETF, though investors can invest in Bitcoin futures ETFs. The difference between the two is a spot Bitcoin ETF is backed by with actual Bitcoin, while Bitcoin futures are backed by Bitcoin derivatives. Right, so this is quite a long article. That was just the main point I wanted to get out of it. Some of the benefits we'll take a look at. Convenience. An ETF doesn't require learning how to use a crypto wallet or opening accounts at crypto exchanges. Users do not own BTC directly, gaining price exposure without asset ownership through vehicles they are more familiar with. Portfolio diversification. So there's a few. This is quite a long article, so that was just to get to know what a general ETF is. So this looks like it could be some positive news for crypto in the USA, which is something we definitely need right now with the ongoing cases.